So I made a video the other day about the grazing muzzles that I was putting on our two minis, and I think a lot of people were confused about what grazing muzzles are used for. And a lot of people were, not a lot of people, some people were like, oh, that's so cruel. So I just want to kind of talk about why we're using grazing muzzles and how we're using grazing muzzles. And yes, I'm outside in a Snuggie. It's really, really cold. So the muzzle essentially is just like a halter almost. It goes on and then it buckles under his chin there. There's two big holes here for him to breathe out of. He can drink water, and they both will be wearing these. So this is essentially like their stall. So they have this whole area here where they don't really have any access to food unless I provide it, which I always keep, hay in here, especially on cold nights. And then they do get grain twice a day. They do not wear their grazing muzzles when they're in here. They get grain in here twice a day. They don't wear their muzzles. They don't wear it for hay. Let me show you the only time that they wear their grazing muzzle. So we have the smaller paneled lot right here, but we also have that large back field. Anytime they're going to be going out in those areas, we are going to put the muzzle on them, and they are going out there for exercise. It's so they can go out, get some more, movement and enjoy being on the property. They also have the second lot back here that literally has no grass in it. They've eaten it all, so they can go back there. I opened that gate and they don't have to wear a grazing muzzle while they're in there. For the most part, you only ever see minis and ponies wearing grazing muzzles. It's not common that a big horse has to wear them, but it's not completely uncommon. And the reason for this is they can get so fat and consume so much food that they get a disease that's called laminitis, also known as founder. They're kind of the same thing. Founder is like a more advanced term for it when it's in a further state, but it's all essentially, laminitis. And what that does, it's like where the bone, their coffin bone connects to their hoof. It starts to deteriorate, starts to have issues, and it's literally like they have to be put down for this. Now, some live with it, some can recover, but some cannot. So it's extremely life-threatening for minis, and that's why we're taking precautions for about an hour, 2 hours a day when they get to go out in the big field, but they do have to wear the muzzle because I don't want them to founder.